This overview video of Donelson is brought to you by Gaylord Opryland. We're going to dive deeper into who they are later in the video. Hey everyone, I'm Stuart with XPLR.NASH, and today we are exploring the Donelson neighborhood of Nashville. This is located about 15 minutes away from the downtown core. What's interesting about Donelson is this is where you can find BNA. This is our airport for the Nashville area. Donelson is a really cool sleeper community, but Donelson is also a community that's full of history and full of growth. Donelson is the only neighborhood that has been approved by the state of Tennessee to be a transit hub into downtown Nashville. Part of the reason for that is they already have the infrastructure, including the airport. They have one of the only transit pickups for a train for Metro Nashville. And there's already roadways and systems in place to really build this into the transit hub of Middle Tennessee. Donelson's going to be this connector neighborhood into the downtown core, which is super fascinating. But one thing I want to talk about is right here. This is called Donelson Plaza, and Holiday Properties have really invested into this area. They built Donelson Flats. They're building the new Nashville Public Library. And then they've opened some of these shopping centers and have allowed new tenants to come in. Some of these tenants are absolutely amazing. Now come with me while we talk about the food, the history, and things to do in Donelson. This is why I personally think that Donelson's going to be the food mecca of Nashville. Just in a little quarter-mile area, this is the inventory that's available. You have West Coast Taco Shop, you have Fat Bites, you have McNamara's, an Irish pub, you have Uncle Bud's Catfish. Back there in the corner, you have East Nashville. You also have Party Fowl. On the other side of the street, you have Edley's. Over here, right next to Ride 615, they're building a unique concept called Fries Cream. This is soft serve ice cream and French fries. You have homegrown hi-fi cookies. This is just a little small area that you can walk in, and you have multiple diverse restaurants. Also, this is the only area in Nashville that I know of where two restaurants side by side have been featured in Guy Fieri's Triple D's. So you have homegrown, and then right across the street, you have Fat Bites. Let me know in the comments below, is this the mecca of food in Nashville? I've been saying that for years. There's a lot more to come in the Donelson neighborhood. The second largest concentration of hotels is found here in Donelson. Guess what? Most of these places offer free rides from the airport to their hotel. So that's a very good thing to offer. And staying out here in Donelson, it may be cheaper than downtown. It may save you 30 to 40% to downtown. You do have to factor the cost of taking an Uber and Lyft back into downtown. But the proximity to everything, to the Gaylord, to Opry Mills, to the wonderful parks found here in Donelson, this is a really good place to stay, especially how close it is to the airport. It's also a lot quieter and less hectic than downtown Nashville. And guess what? There's some hotels here in the Donelson area that have free overnight parking. This is the Nashville International Airport. This airport welcomes millions upon millions of people each and every year. There's been a lot that's been going on here at BNA. If you want to learn about all the different upgrades that have happened over the years, check out our XPLR.NASH podcast. But what's happening here at BNA? Right here is the main check-in area where you go through TSA. One of the really cool things about BNA is how locally centric they are. I can't really name any other airport that has so many local options like BNA. Some of the places that you'll see here include Puckett's, Party Fowl, 400 Degrees, Hattie B's Hot Chicken, Yazoo, 8th and Rose, and so many more other local options. I literally can come hang out at BNA all the time, and guess what? You can. They have this new thing called the BNA Passport, where a certain number of passengers can come, go through security, go check out these local restaurants, and experience all that BNA has to offer. This is way easier to get to BNA than to downtown Nashville, and you're paying basically the same amount if you go into downtown Nashville or if you come visit BNA. Let's talk about renovations. Over the last few years, they've been completing the work called BNA Vision. This construction on the BNA property was a multi-billion-dollar construction, and this is where they built this incredible lobby where you could go through security. Over the next decade or so, They're going to be building another terminal on the property with the goal of getting more international flights. At some point, hopefully in the future, you're going to be able to take a direct flight from Nashville to Tokyo, but there's a lot of work that has to happen before that happens. If you're looking to stay at BNA, there's a Hilton hotel that you can stay on the property. Maybe in the future, I'm just maybe throwing this out there, maybe in the future there'll be light rail from BNA into downtown Nashville. One can only hope. Right behind me is the new branch of the Nashville Public Library. This is part of Donelson Plaza, and this is the Donelson branch of the library. The interesting thing about this branch of the library is how centrally located it is in the community. Right across the street, you have a stop for the Nashville Star. This is the last stop until it goes into downtown Nashville. All right, so this is the Donelson station where the Nashville Star picks up people and takes them into downtown Nashville. This is one of 2 stops that's found in Davidson County. The other stops are in Wilson County. But this is a really cool thing when it's available. The Nashville Star, as of this recording, only goes downtown, I think, twice in the mornings and then comes back from Nashville twice in the afternoon. So it's a very limited schedule. There is free parking here, and then you can get into downtown Nashville. The neighborhood of Donelson is rich with history. Donelson was named after a guy named John Donelson. John Donelson was considered one of the founders of Nashville. His daughter, Rachel Donelson, is the wife of Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United States. Nashville history is very parallel with the United States history. You have the Civil War, you have the women's suffrage movement, you also have the civil rights movement that happened here in Nashville. Donelson has played a very historic role here in the city of Nashville. Right behind me is Two Rivers Mansion, which is currently under renovation as of this recording. But Two Rivers Mansion connects to the McGavick family line. That's a huge name here in the city of Nashville and in Franklin. This is just one of the many historic homes that you can find in this historic neighborhood of Nashville. Other historic homes that you can find in this neighborhood include Clover Bottom, the Buchanan House, and you have Bel Air. Not Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but Bel Air.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
One of the real fun things to do in Donelson is to play a round of golf here at the Gaylord Springs. This is one of the highest ranked golf courses in the state of Tennessee. It's on the banks of the Cumberland River, which you can see there in the distance. But from observation, this is a very stunning golf course. If you're looking to get outdoors and wanting to play a round of golf, Gaylord Springs is the best option for you. Also, Donelson has a skate park. Not many other neighborhoods in Nashville has one of these. A theme that you can find in the Donelson neighborhood is water. You have Stones River, Cumberland River. In this part of Nashville, for some reason, this is where all the water parks are built. Right behind me, you have Wave Country. Over at the Gaylord, you have SoundWaves. And then in the Hermitage neighborhood, you have Nashville Shores. And you also have Percy Priest. When I say water is the theme of Donelson, there's been a lot of flooding historically. So here at Wave Country, this is connected to Two Rivers Park. So let's go over to the park so you guys can see it. Here at Two Rivers Park, you can see the Greenway. You can also see a disc golf course behind me. There's pavilions available for rent. Across the street, you also have the Two Rivers Golf Course. So this is a great area to come spend with your family. Now come with us. We have one really cool thing to show you here at Two Rivers. This is the only part of Nashville where two rivers not collide, but come together. Right behind me, you see two rivers. You see the Stones River, which is feeding into the Cumberland River. And this is the only area of Nashville where this happens. Here in Donelson, near the Gaylord property, you can find the General Jackson. This is a showboat that goes into downtown Nashville. They have a lunch cruise and a dinner cruise. Both of those cruises are amazing experiences. If you want a good meal with an incredible show, I would highly recommend checking out the General Jackson. My favorite time to go on the General Jackson is for their Christmas shows. That is a great time to see the Nashville skyline. Another thing that you can find in Donelson is this incredible pedestrian bridge that goes over the Cumberland River. This is one of two major pedestrian bridges in the city of Nashville. For example, the General Jackson actually goes underneath this bridge. But if you want an incredible view of the Cumberland River, this has one of the best opportunities to view the river. Historically, this park has been a very safe park. This is connected to Shelby Bottoms, Cornelia Fort, and this is truly the gateway into Nashville if you wanted to walk or take a bike. So another really unique thing about Donelson that's no longer here is back over there, behind that tree line, that used to be Opryland theme park. and that's where the Gaylord Opryland Resort Convention is. So let's head over there to see what's currently there. That's Opry Mills. That theme park that I mentioned earlier was actually right here where currently Opry Mills Mall is. Inside of Opry Mills Mall, you can find the Regal Theater, Escape Game, great big game show, a Bass Pro Shop, multiple local restaurants, people didn't know that, and Madame Tussauds, where you can see wax figures. Hopefully they don't come to life and eat you. Gaylord Opryland is the largest non-gaming resort in the United States. This place is massive. It feels like I'm in the Italian Riviera, but I am not. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, in the neighborhood of Donelson. This is the hub of conferences here in Nashville, besides the Music City Center in downtown.
This resort was originally built to accommodate small meetings and tourists visiting the Opryland theme park and the new home of the world-famous Grand Ole Opry that we'll talk about later in this video.
When I took the river cruise boat tour, I learned that the original frame of the building is this brick building right here. But one thing that you can really see about the Gaylord that's awesome is, first off, you have this river. This water came from 1,700 different water sources, all 50 states and 30 different countries. That's a lot of water. And you see the live vegetation. As I said, this is the place for conferences and conventions here in Nashville. It's located right next to Opry Mills Mall. There's plenty to do here. Food, staying here, you can experience some waterfalls, get some drinks here. But then during Christmas, this place is immaculate. They turn this place into a Christmas destination. They have Christmas lights all over the facility, and they also have Gaylord Opryland's ice. If you want a more in-depth video on how to best experience Gaylord Opryland, make sure to be subscribed to this YouTube channel. While you're staying at the Gaylord Opryland, you can actually come here to SoundWaves. SoundWaves is open year-round. They have an indoor and outdoor portion. So in the outdoor portion here, you can find a few water slides, you can find a little kids park, there's a little pool on the other side, there's a few different cocktail areas and places you can get meals, but the main attraction for the outdoor portion is right here. This is actually a wave pool. On the inside, you can expect to have a lazy river, a fast floating river, a couple water slides. Make sure to come with a group if you want to experience some of those things. You have that surfing opportunity, you can play basketball, or you can just float. Whatever you want to do. It's a great experience if you're staying here at the Gaylord Opryland. Probably the most famous thing found in Donelson is right behind me. This is the home of the Grand Ole Opry. The Grand Ole Opry has been going since 1925, and it is actually a live radio production. But this is their home, and some of the best musicians have performed here. Right here on the edge of the Donelson Hermitage area of Nashville, this is where the start of the Nashville Greenway is. This Greenway goes throughout the city of Nashville. There's a lot of mileage of Greenway, but if you wanted to get on the Greenway, you can actually come to this amazing park. This is called Ravenwood. You have the Ravenwood Park with a 60-foot slide right behind me. Great basketball courts. It also has the Ravenwood Mansion that you can find here as well. And you can watch airplanes. This is one of the best viewing areas for airplanes in the city of Nashville. So you have an amazing outdoor area. You have shopping in Donelson. Donelson is truly one of the best neighborhoods in Nashville.